Spencer, are you ready to get us up to date?
I'd like to think so.
All right, Spencer, everybody.
After a confusing episode with a possessed Krista Berg and a brief return of Tylenol with codeine, as well as a dangerous brush with a large black gate, our heroes were accosted by a troop of blade-armed horrors. At first, the gang was winning, cutting down 2 of the shadowy foes in an instant. Soon after, however, the tides of battle shifted and the shadows tried a new tactic, choking out the opponents with their smoky and substantial forms. As combat wore on, 2 more shadows were defeated, but Mulrain and Sharpie were caught by the limbs, dimming their minds and dulling their senses as it choked them to death. After trying to avoid the grappling shadows, Mulrain fired some arrows wildly before passing out from suffocation. Sharpie slung fiery bolts at the shadows and managed to heal the party with the Soul of Growth, but in the end was also overcome by the shadowy smoke. 2 losing consciousness. The remaining shadows squared off against Quark and Chris, who fucked around too much, trying to pull crazy tricks that failed utterly. They too were choked out and lost consciousness in short order. The party lie defeated on the floor, and as their unconscious forms were dragged into the black gate by the shadowy assailants, who would know how they would get to their home? Yeah, so I fucked that one up. Can't hit every audio cue.
This podcast is brought to you by
Nabisco. Thank you, Spencer.
Put a cookie on it.
I knew I'd have to fail at
Nabisco, which in Urdu means your mom has a cock.
Yeah.
Nabis is cock, Co is mother. Sometimes that's all there is, you know.
Yeah.
There's nothing more to be said than what's already been said. Sometimes you have a punchline, sometimes you just stop talking.
Just pull the ripcord and just let the shoot deploy, man.
You guys are on your own.
Exactly. Speaking of on our own, so I'm going to imagine that we need to be told what the hell's going on.
Yeah, you guys aren't even awake yet. It's crazy. Anyway.
We all blacked out, right?
Yeah, no, you're dead now. Reroll characters. Let's go.
Wait, we're dead?
No.
I knew. I had a feeling this was like in a video game, like when you have no choice, you just lose all your equipment, someone hits you on the head.
Close, yeah. Your eyes slowly drift open, a dry burning clawing at your lids and your throat, and your body throbs with pain. You can feel a heavy burden weighing on your neck, shoulders, wrists, ankles, knees, and toes. You look down.
Knees and toes, knees and toes. Head, ankles, knees and toes, knees and toes.
I was going to look
What's not in throbbing pain? Our pelvises?
No, the mentioned body parts are weighed down by burdens, which, looking down, you see are in fact shadowy chains binding your arms and legs to those of your adventurer friends, like some sort of chain gang.
So we're all chained together.
Yeah, you're chained to this, you're chained and guarded by multiple, I'd say 9 of these same blade-armed guards. Your chains are bound to a black wall that extends easily about 300 feet tall or more, and creating a huge ring-shaped arena, sort of donut.
Arena?
You guys are inside this donut, yeah.
And are we all together, or are we at different parts
You
around
guys are
this?
chained to each other, so you're pretty close. You know, you're maybe in like an 8-foot train.
So we're at the edge of a circular wall that goes
Yeah.
300 feet in the air.
And it's a donut.
Atop the far walls, you could see tiered steps of ashy stone gray rings, like some sort of amphitheater or stadium. Packed into the stepped rows of gray risers are thousands upon thousands of silhouettes, forming a massive crowd of pulsing, undulating darkness.
I don't like this trope.
Yeah.
It's a classic.
I love
It's a classic.
Yeah.
I know,
There's a reason it's a trope, Dan.
Well, yeah, because it pits the protagonists in a horrible situation that I'm going to fail at.
Oh, is it going to be gladiator? Are they going to make us go like Spock against Kirk in this? Or
Who knows?
Who knows? I kill myself instantly.
That's a fair action. Do you want to do that?
No.
Oh.
But if we're going to be in a human centipede at any point, I call the front.
I got middle.
A lot of people don't know second to last is actually for various biological and toxicological reasons.
It's the same as being on Space Mountain. Second to
They
last.
call it the human centipede catbird seat. It actually results in you being pretty healthy after 3 weeks if you get cut loose. Did you see there's a Human Centipede sequel, and there's a guy. The sequel is about a guy who saw Human Centipede and wants to try it on his own. And then there's a scene where he has everybody in a warehouse, and then he walks out of the room, and I think it's like the first dialogue in the movie. A guy who heard a reference to Human Centipede goes like, "It's from a movie. Did you see it? The Human Centipede. He's gonna sew us ass to mouth!" And everyone starts going, "Ah!" Like if I had like he's gonna sew us ass to mouth. Like I wouldn't have an immediate visceral reaction to that the way I would. He's gonna pull out our fingernails, or he's gonna eat our livers. He's gonna sew us ass to mouth. I'd be like, wait, what?
But maybe they've seen the first movie.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the crime. Is it's everyone saw the movie and they're like, "Oh, ass to mouth! I heard about that." Oh, it's like the McDonald's Monopoly game.
That's why I didn't like the movie Predators, the new Predator, because they reference the first movie, not as a movie, but they say, "Oh, you know what he did in that? He covered himself in mud," and that's how...
Like it really happened? Like they read it in the Tribune?
Yeah. They were like, "Remember that happened?" And then Predators, they do the same thing. So these guys can like have invisibility cloaks and like homing lasers, but they can't figure out if you cover yourself in mud, they're flabbergasted.
Yeah, they don't have mud.
They should just have like a water hose on their shoulders.
They should just outlaw mud.
All right, so what's up, Spence?
Yeah. So I mentioned there's these 9 guys guarding you. Yeah, I totally did. They're looking into the center of this donut, and there's even a smaller, like a central raised ring, like a stage, kind of situated in the middle. And you can see hanging above the stage is that massive glowing gray sun that actually caused your shadows to depart in the first place, hanging above this central ring. And chained in the central ring, you can see a guy. It looks a lot like Breffy.
Oh.
Hey, I have to go pee, guys. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no.
Oh, for real?
Tell me what happens.
Like in a meta sense.
That would be a terrible joke if that were a joke. Yeah, no. Go ahead.
No, it's my life. This is my life.
It happens. It's a serious business. Yeah.
We're on our own.
Yeah, there's an old Farsi saying about bladder size.
Yeah?
I only know the English translation.
How does it translate?
His black widow
Say
does not catch flies. I didn't want to like follow it through and honestly, my relationship with all of you ended that second time I said something that I think deserved a bigger laugh than I got. And I started to think to myself, I'm just going to edit you laughing in. I'm just going to pick something else. I can't remember what it was.
it's called fascism.
Yeah, and I'm going to edit that boo out, that guy that booed me. There's nothing you can do that I can't manipulate and control.
All right, so we're chained together. There's 9 guards.
Yeah, 9
there's
guards.
an arena that we're in, and there's a stage in front of us, and above it is the glowing sun.
And below it is a Breffy lookalike.
A Breffy lookalike.
Chained to the arena there.
Remind me of who Breffy was. He was the guy that turned into a
wizened old man, very pale with long white hair. Rather spindly guy that occasionally turns into a large spidery monster.
I call out and say, "Are you Breffy?"
He can't hear you.
I bet it's like a human form, like if you and I existed in a place where we had to look like spiders, like we would look like the same spider. Did you ever see The Arrival with Charlie Sheen?
No.
He kept seeing Ron Silver everywhere. And then he realized that the aliens only make so many rubber suits. Mattel only issues out so many human costumes.
I yell out, "Have you seen the movie Arrival?"
He can't hear you.
Oh, okay.
Are the guards
In fact, everything's eerily silent. Like normally, if you're packed in a stadium or something, there'd be some noises, but occasionally.
Well, it's hard to clap when your hands are shadows.
Tell me about it.
That's
Don't
the
rub it in your
fourth time, no laugh. And it's all going in my memoirs.
Are the guards watching us?
The guards, as it happens, are watching the central stage.
Oh, great.
They're looking at this chained man. He looks rather frightened.
Can I summon the monkey and have him free my shackles?
The monkey summon is only like once per day. I guess you don't know that it's the same day, but you feel as if you can't cast any more spells.
I was passed out. How long was I passed out?
Not 8 hours.
Okay.
Also, you haven't prepared.
Do we have our
do
we have our inventory with us, or has it all been taken away from us?
That's a great question. Fumbling around, you do notice you have your bags and things with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, crazy.
All
of a
like
sudden,
a misstep.
the mood seems to shift, and you see the Breffy lookalike. His neck snaps to the left as if he's suddenly transfixed by something.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Following his gaze, you could see a black shadow streaking across the gray floor of the stadium towards the old gray man.
This is where we watch the guy in front of us.
Yeah, get it.
Yeah.
I said it. Yeah. Do you want to? That happens. Do you want to guess what happens next?
Hey, don't punish our savvy. Just
That's exactly what you do in Dungeons and Dragons. You punish metagaming.
Oh.
That's a whole thing.
Well, then I'll just sit here and go like, ooh, wow, what's going to happen? And get rewarded for it?
That's all I've ever wanted.
That path ends with fake brontosauruses. I'll just go where the heat is.
That's fine. You do you, Dan. You do you.
I'll be good cop, okay? Oh my God, what's gonna happen?
I'm so glad you asked.
I gibber in feudal anguish.
I make the farsi chicken sound.
We gotta figure out how to. We got the time it takes for this Breffy guy to die until we figure out what the fuck we're gonna do.
Yeah,
that's why I don't like this. I'm bad at chess. I don't like the pressure.
I use all my barbarian strength to rail against my chains to see if that does anything.
You struggle with all your might, but these chains are even stronger than iron.
Can I ask, as a sidebar, my spell situation? Like, or I was so exhausted before. I only had levels like 1 and 2. I haven't. Nothing's changed about that.
Yeah, you still haven't gotten any spells back.
Holy Toledo!
You notice the chains around Breffy dissolving. If I haven't mentioned that before, and testing his arms and legs, he kind of stretches a little bit as the shadow approaches. You can see the shadow. It kind of looks like a black spider. It's got many limbs, and as it approaches the ring, you see Breffy shapeshift himself. Well, Breffy look-alike. He's not Breffy, you guys. Spoilers. Anyway, he turns into a great white spider, and the two clash. Their many black and white limbs ensnarling and tangling each other. You can only hear the sound of ripping flesh and tearing limbs from limbs against the dark backdrop, or the quiet backdrop of the background. Done with that sentence.
Maybe this fight will be a hit, and they'll push us to mid-season.
It'll get 13 more episodes.
Yeah. So the lifeless corpse of the Breffy look-alike falls to the ground, and you can see the black spidery shadow rise up in triumph. And as it happens, the gray sun gives out a brilliant pulse, and then Breffy look-alike is dissolved into light, and it grows, or it dissolves into light and flows into the black spidery creature. The black spidery creature walks off to the arena in triumph and takes a place in the stands.
What is the?
Oh Jesus! The audience gets to just kill people.
Yeah, what do they do? What is the audience doing now?
The audience is going nuts.
Woo!
Especially because if anyone was paying attention, they were quiet. This crowd was a quiet crowd in my narration.
Yeah.
That was very clear.
No, yeah. Well,
Really?
I'm sure, though, from their perspective, they're doing that. I mean, the crowd, yeah, whatever.
No.
Why am I siding with anyone but you?
What's up, y'all?
Do the shadow shackles react to any kind of light?
Okay, so other than like you guys can see in the darkness, there's Sharpie, so he can barely see, but there's not really any light. The only thing that could be considered light is the pulse of the sun. Sharpie. Quark has...
I'm human.
Yeah, so you can't see in the dark. Everyone else has like low light.
Oh, sorry. I thought you.
But I'm human too.
Yeah, but you got the goggles of night, which let you
correct.
have dark vision. So
Okay,
that's why that's
continue.
happening.
Sorry, I misunderstood.
So yeah, other than the dark sun pulsing, there was no real light. But even that was like a dark anti-light. Like a shadow light.
Like instead of spreading light, it spreads darkness.
Yeah. That's also a thing in Dungeons & Dragons.
No, I know, I like it.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
Janine Garofalo must be really popular here.
You feel a tug on your chains. And you see the chains have detached from the wall, and now the 9 guards are leading you towards the central ring. And
maybe they're going to free us.
Yeah, probably.
The show's over?
Yeah, it seems like,
I've never seen a movie
They wanted to show us Breppy get the guy in front of us get killed.
Yeah, we didn't like that guy either. Thanks, guys.
All right. Where'd we park?
Standing in the center of the ring. You didn't really see how they got there, but you see 4 figures, one of which is markedly shorter than the rest.
Okay.
Yeah. You're
Do
being
you guys
drawn.
validate? I'm still going with the part. I'm still going with that.
They pull you into the middle of the ring, and you're facing these 4 fellows that look rather familiar.
Oh, it's us!
They're us. They're our shadow versions of ourselves.
Fuck!
Are they our shadows?
They are.
They're our shadows. We have to fight our own
fucking
shadows?
kidding me?
God damn it.
Has the reverse
Think of all the tropes.
Do they have goatees? And does my guy have multiple number 1 hits rather than...
They're more like sprite colors.
It's just a lady in blue? Lady in blue?
It's a cunt in green. They like it over there.
I think it's purple is the opposite color, right? All right. No, not purple. Never mind. Green. Thank
Green,
you.
yeah.
Okay, so where are we now?
You're in the center of the ring, facing down your shadow duplicates.
Oh, God.
You see that the guards who dragged you here kind of dispersed, and you're no longer around, but you still have bindings around you.
Oh, it makes sense because Breffy was a spider guy, so now he fought his own version, which was a spider guy.
And he got his ass beat for his troubles.
Murdered.
Luckily, we're not as strong as giant spiders, so these guys aren't going to be that strong. Do they also have a lot of infighting going on and raping each other when we're asleep?
Yeah, why don't we just hang back
They're just bickering.
and watch them do bits until they die?
One of them's a half Muslim Jewish person.
Why is your shadow taking all of his inventory, tying it into a ball, and throwing it around?
They just keep fucking a football.
Yeah, you're fucking everything. Yeah.
You feel the chains around you kind of drop off, and they dissolve into mist. And as this happens, you feel refreshed, as if like vitality is coursing through you anew.
All right, I'm only going to say this once: non-conflict resolution, worth a shot.
Worth a shot.
Worth a shot?
Although we are in an arena with spectators, this is probably the situation where that's least gonna work. You don't have like baseball games where they're like, you know what, let's just hang out tonight.
But it's ourselves.
All right, let's try.
Us. I mean,
Well, do they move like us? Like, do their...
They haven't moved since you've seen them.
Well, I will pull out an arrow and see if my shadow moves in the same way. It doesn't. Okay.
How do I look?
You look great.
Not bad.
Can I shoot my shadow in the foot? Oh, I'm sorry.
Aren't we gonna do non-conflict resolution?
I want to communicate. I'm going to step forward, holding my hands in a non-violent manner. And I say, guys, you are us. We are you. That means you don't want to do this either. Let's not do it together. And we'll have twice as much a chance as that working. Of that working. You're probably drunk too. A couple articles and prepositions aren't going to bug you. I wait for your answer. Take all the time you want. I step back.
In unison, the four draw their weapons.
You're a fucking dick, Spencer. And you were born a dick and you're gonna die a dick. You're vindictive and you're petty, and this is why people don't like Dungeons and Dragons. They think of nerds as being like these people with all this anger welling inside them, and that they take it out in these dice and things. Or they maybe we should just go out on a football field and just fuck each other up.
Sharpie?
If that's what you want, if you like pain, if you like discomfort, let's go play football. This is supposed to be about fun. I don't want to die. It's Mother's Day. She loves season 4. If I die, she won't even care. She won't notice. She was quoting lines. I wasn't even there. She won't notice. She only knows I exist because of the fucking television, and she's going like, oh, that was a good one.
This is like, you know how they do puppet therapy?
Episode title.
Hey, you're a druid or whatever. What does your druid's dad think of it?
What part of your body did the magic missile get cast at?
All right, so they've drawn weapons, I guess.
I guess this looks like we're going to have to slug it out, right?
Did you say earlier we felt suddenly rejuvenated, like we were just reset? That was the idea? Okay,
You got your spells back.
Yeah, I was going to finish saying that. But yeah, all of your spells come back and you guys return to full health.
Awesome. So it's going to be seemingly a fair fight.
Seemingly.
Right.
I should remind you, you guys are still weakened from losing your shadows, which is giving you, ability damage. So.
Oh, these are our shadows that left.
Yeah. You weren't there when that happened.
I just put it together.
Yeah, these are our shadows.
Yeah. Shit.
Well, so if they win, they get to go hang out with the rest of society in the stands and watch people get ripped to shreds. And if we win, we get to have them hang out underneath us while we eat ice cream. This is a little one-sided.
Yeah, well, it seems like they have.
It's like we've entered a world where people, instead of shadows, are completely disregarded and mistreated.
Yeah. Huh.
In a world invisible to most. That's just deep.
Yeah.
We could cut it here if you want.
No.
It is 5 to 10, and
That's what I'm saying. Like, we could launch into combat fresh next time.
Yeah,
it's going to take a while.
We didn't really put Denise to any use. Denise, do you want to fire the first shot? You want?
Hell yes.
Let's let Denise get at least one.
All right,
one
Well, if I shoot at the shadows, is anybody here going to take damage from? Are they in some way linked to the shadows? Because if yes, I will shoot 2 into his.
She points at Quark.
There's no way of knowing for sure.
Okay. I'll shoot 2 arrows into his shadow.
Yeah.
What the fuck? What's going on?
Your shadow, not you.
I'll remind you that you could shoot 3 arrows as a result of your speedy longbow.
Thank you.
Yeah. So 3?
Yeah.
All right.
Wow, also, it's
making
Mother's
sure.
Day, so...
What? Anyway.
You what?
I'm confused sometimes. Okay. Anyway, 2 of your arrows manage to plant themselves into just the chestal region, but he doesn't seem too bothered. One of them hits him in his exposed shoulder, dealing some damage. Sorry, everybody. 9 damage.
Woo! But not to me.
No, to his shadow.
Yeah, so in your face.
She didn't want to hurt you.
She does. She was trying to hurt
What
me.
if she was prioritizing...
Adam Goldberg told her to kill my character.
What if she was prioritizing the most effective
That's what Iranians do. We infiltrate.
Fuck Adam Goldberg.
That's right. She was prioritizing the most effective combatants. You're the best
teamwork.
fighter we have, so she was getting your equivalent.
She was saying Adam Goldberg asked her to kill my character, and she was trying to do it.
You go, girl. I like my interpretation better.
All right.
Yeah.
I like yours better, too.
At the same time, Shadow Mulrain fires off 3 arrows, 2 of which also miss, and one of which plants itself into Krista Berg,
What?
Happy Mother's Day.
dealing 4 damage.
All right. I'm okay with that.
All right.
Are we going to stop now?
That's up to you guys.
Yeah, let's stop.
The first shots have been blown.
Yeah. If it bleeds,
we can kill it.